right. I believe we are live or are just about to be. I have my phone over here to check. All right. Happy Movie Tuesday. Technically, our first Movie Tuesday ish. We're counting this as Movie Tuesday numero uno. But howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to MCubed. I am Harris. And we're gonna have a good movie Tuesday. We're talking about things that are been out this past weekend, that came out this past weekend, that have done the best in the movie theaters, box office wise, and then other movies that are releasing this week and things of the sort. You know? So I will preface this by saying I am a little stony, as this channel is named MCubed Movies Money Mary Jane. I did a little prefacing over on Snapchat, so follow me there, which is just my name, Harris Parade, if you'd like to join me for a ritualistic pre-show sometime. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's just go to the box office from this past weekend. So, The Little Mermaid, in its very first week, in its opening week, made $117 million domestic. Pretty damn good opening, I'd say. They are set poised to do well, and maybe not as well as a lot of people kind of think they may do, but do well nonetheless. Fast X, in its second week, made $28 million, which is actually, I believe it was 66 or 67% downturn from week one, which I thought it was going to do a lot better, honestly. I thought it would make 50, 60, $70 million, or something like that. It did really well last weekend in its opening weekend. This was a big drop. This was I think it was only like 2% less than what Fast 9 did during pandemic time. So that is not necessarily a good thing for Fast X. And it wasn't a great movie by any means, but it's a lot of fun. It was a step up from Fast 9. I don't know what that necessarily means for the Fast and Furious franchise. I hope that means Fast 11 and now 12, that they've confirmed those, that maybe they'll put a little more effort to it. And not necessarily that they didn't put effort into this. A lot of really great fights. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, and there's a lot of just fun. And they spent a lot of money and made things look good, but obviously the physics aren't there. Nothing's grounded in reality anymore. Excuse me. And it's not what it used to be. And I think they tried to do a little bit of that by bringing Jason Momoa's character, kind of a Fast Five spin-off character in a way, into the fold, because Fast Five is, I think, the best Fast and Furious by far, and on a technicality basis. And yeah, I think that's kind of where they need to bring themselves back to, if not like that Hobbs and Shaw. And Fast 11 seems like it's going to be a little more Hobbs and Shaw-y, which is good, I believe. I hope that does well for him, because I do like Fast and Furious, kind of like my secret love. It's that one I don't necessarily like to talk about all the time, but I'm going to sit down and watch it. Just except Fast 9. Obviously, it was awful, but all the others were pretty fun, even Fast 8. And this one's just really not that bad. I think it's getting a little bit of a bad rap, and rightfully so in some places. But, it's Fast and Furious. What do you expect? I'm just happy that it did better than Fast 9, and it is... and it could do some cool things from where it's set up. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Let's go to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It is in its third week, which is kind of funny. The first movie that's made the most money this weekend was in its first week. The second movie that made it the second most money this weekend was in its week 2. God, grammar's not working right now. But Guardians of the Galaxy in its third week made the most, third most, and it's in its third week. God, grammar didn't help right after that either. I'm all over the place. I apologize, y'all. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 made $26 million. That's not too shabby. Marvel is actually probably really happy that this movie is making this type of money after Quantumania made the type of money it did. And, rightfully so. I like this movie a lot. I really enjoyed, I think, everything about it. I didn't really have many qualms. I don't want to get into spoilers besides, a certain little very tidbitty type of thing at the end. And maybe a couple other tidbits here and there. But that's what it was. It was tidbits. This was a return to form for Marvel, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. I hope they continue this. And I really hope James Gunn can bring what he brought to this movie to his Superman movie and everything else he does over it. I just haven't been a fan of Suicide Squad and Peacemaker and all that kind of stuff, and a couple of other projects before that were just kind of, not iffy, but just, kind kind of becoming one of the same. And I like things to be unique. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, while it felt like it was part of Guardians 1 and 2, it was very unique, and I was a fan of that. Also, I see a couple people are in here. I don't know if Shelly or David or Aaron are in here, but hey, if you are, how's the microphone? Because yesterday it was choppy as all get out, and it was not good. But if you are here, always just say howdy. You know, it gives me good things to talk about and good things to talk to. You know. But continuing on, in its 8th week, this takes the 1, 2, 3 kind of pedestal off, which is kind of cool way to intro this. But Super Mario Bros. In its 8th week made $8 million, which is kind of well fun. And you know, Super Mario Bros. Was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. There's not much meat to the actual plot or anything of the sort. But it's just a fun watch, and you know, maybe smoke a bowl and go check it out. You know, it's not a bad way to do it, or go see it with your family. It's just a great movie in that kind of aspect. But The Machine is our 5th and final out of the top 5 box office hit this weekend, and it made $6 million in its opening week, which isn't amazing. I really wish it would have made like 20, 30, 40. I mean, I wish it was making $117 million like The Little Mermaid did, but you don't expect that for a comedy, obviously, and especially like a first time comedy. But the thing that made me so happy about watching this movie was every single person in that movie theater was laughing their heart out, and I mean myself included. It was great. I love Bert Kreischer as an actor, not as an actor, as a comedian, obviously, but as an actor, I guess I could begin to love him because he did well. Obviously, he was playing himself, but he did well with what he had. And Mark Hamill playing against him was a lot of fun, and he did well going against a bunch of. Oh my God, am I out? Mike is still dodgy, but better than yesterday. Oh no. Oh, did this? Are we still? Are we still live, y'all? It looks like we're not live on. Oh yeah. Are we live? Okay. It looks like it. Did it do the same thing as it did yesterday? Because it kind of went out for a couple seconds yesterday. That's so confusing. I'm not the most technologically savvy human being in the world, but we figured it out, you know. Well, okay. I rewired a whole bunch of stuff. I was hoping it was better than yesterday. I'm glad it's a little better, but I was hoping it was thick. I'm gonna continue working. Don't worry, y'all. I don't know if it's a software thing, if it's a wire thing, or what. I've reconnected a couple things. I have another microphone that I meant to grab. But where were we? The Machine. Bert Kreischer's The Machine. We'll just continue on that thought just for a moment. I will make this a little bit shorter of one because I don't know if it was the best idea to take a nice bowl beforehand. It's not that I'm not having a good time. I'm just not. I'm just rambling too much and rambling more so than I usually do. I don't know. Y'all let me know if today's as good as yesterday or whatever. It's my usual. But The Machine was a comedy movie that I just didn't expect to be as good as it was. It's obviously based off of a really great true story from Bert Kreischer. And if y'all haven't watched that, y'all after this, The Machine, Bert Kreischer, watch the 13-minute version and watch the 23-minute version later. It's great. Live stream stopped in my end. Don't know about anyone else. Are we back though? Is my question. Did it pop back up? Thank you for helping, by the way, David. If I am even talking to you, I may talk to myself. No idea. Honestly, I turn my do I copyright myself that way? Oh, okay. So we are live still. Yeah, okay. I did just say all that. Okay, that's what I was double checking. It's like a 10, 15 second latency, so I was like, are we there? Are we not? I don't know. Okay, but we are here. No, it's just frozen. Huh. Maybe refresh the stream. I'm reading what I'm typing aloud. but I am trying to figure out the logic. But back to the Machine real fast. It's just I haven't seen a comedy movie like legitimately that funny in a long time, and it was a breath of fresh air. It made me so happy. I don't know if I was happier because of the just amazing jokes and the funny aspect of the film, or the fact that it was just a legitimately good comedy movie. Like just the joy of I think everybody sitting in that theater and feeling that kind of maybe not everybody having the same thought, but everybody felt that in a way, I guess. And you could feel it in the theater, and that was just a really cool moment. I really enjoyed it. I logged out and come back in. Oh yeah, all right. Let me know if it works, David. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping this works. But no, just I was just I'm ecstatic that it's as fun as it is. It's not a great movie by any means, but it's a great comedy movie, which means it's still a pretty great movie. You know? It's not gonna win any Oscars anytime soon. Is what I'm trying to say. But if there were comedy Oscars, it would win this year because honestly, that should be a thing. Like Tony Hinchcliffe or Joe Rogan, like figured that one, or anybody. But, yeah. I hope this is kind of a return to form between the Machine, Strays, the new Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx movie where they're the talking dogs in there, kind of Homeward Bound style, which looks great, and Will Forte is the human, the owner. I love that dude. Great. I hope at least. And then it's escaping me. What's the title for that new Jennifer Lawrence? I'm really hoping that's good. It looks really good. If if those three movies this year just do well and are good comedies in general, there's a chance that we are getting back to just funny things, like legitimately funny things, and not just like phoned in humor. Like, and that's the reason I'm gonna go see it this week. I have not seen About My Father yet. That'll be the first movie I talk about here in a second. I want to see it. Honestly, let's segue into it right now. About My Father is that new Sebastian Maniscalco movie, I believe is the comedian's name, and it's a very similar kind of premise to Burt Kreischer, but it's instead of a Russian mafia story, it is a Italian family story, and kind of goes home and Robert De Niro plays his dad instead of Mark Hamill playing his dad, and it looks decent. Nothing about it looks bad. It just looks phoned in, and that's all I've heard from people too. Is that it just feels phoned in, and you can feel when things are phoned in. You can feel when actors are taking paychecks, but not having fun with it well. It looked like Robert De Niro was having fun, but since I've heard, I will make my own consensus, of course, after I watch the film. I might actually even go see it today, but I might go see Little Mermaid today as well. I need to go see it. I haven't seen it yet. It's one that I should have already, but low to the punch. A lot going. But About My Father is kind of it's honestly it's still in that realm of okay if it does all right, which it's not doing all that well in the box office at all right now. I think it's in its second or third week now. It it's a little bit of that return to form as well. The things that I think are not a return to form are like that House Party remake. That was god awful. And then there's a few others that are just kind of they're just they're just not there. I guess every movie has a little bit of quippy comedy nowadays, and that just has killed the actual comedy. And I feel like people are kind of get tired of that marvelly quippy comedy kind of stuff, and rightfully so. I'm pretty tired of it in a lot of ways. Sometimes it works perfectly. Guardians, it worked perfectly. It just and it doesn't need to be added to everything. Or no top thing right now, but it doesn't mean it needs to be added to everything. People and writers and projects need to have their own unique voices, and I hope that we do that. And it kind of feels like we are, or at least like these big studios are like, all right, well, yeah, we gotta have that unique, you know. And I hope they do. I hope they really do return to that thought process. It would be very nice if they did. Um, just the comedy movies are lackluster at the moment, and I really hope About My Father, and obviously The Machine, Strays, and Jennifer Lawrence. Hope that, and children's comedies are a big part of that as well. That's actually been the only thing keeping comedy afloat, like legit. Like Puss in Boots 2 was excellent. It was really funny, but it was also just it was probably one of the most heartfelt movies made last year. It was really good, and Bad Guys 2 years ago, really good. That Sam Rockwell Wolf animated movie was great, and it was really funny at times, and it was also heartfelt. Simple but good, and really heartfelt. It was well made, and I think those kind of lack a little bit sometimes as well. There's that La La Crocodile, and there's even like one or two out right now that I can't even name, and I should be able to name. Yeah, comedy in general is, while like the stand up world is just growing and actual comedy is just coming back like nobody's business. Comedy in films is very slowly coming back, and I don't think the writer's strike and all this is doing any help, and especially if the SAG guild, um, if they strike as well, that makes no improvisation, no kind of on the spot humor be allowed. They have to stick to the script, so some of those natural moments just won't be there in the things in the projects that we get for the next year or two, which does worry me a little bit. But I really hope with the projects that are here this year, people already were writing good things, and even if they are sticking to the script, that script was funny as hell. You know, that's my hope. That's my happy optimistic thought process there. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed it comes to fruition. You know. I'm back, but now picture's okay, but no sound. Maybe it's my phone. I'll be back. Oof. Okay, I'm fingers crossed up with you, David. Let me check my happy optimistic thought. Right. Okay, yeah, okay, we're good. I think fingers crossed. It seems good on my phone at least. Maybe my phone's just like, you know what? I said I was gonna turn my Wi-Fi off. My Wi-Fi is now off. I'm going to turn it. Okay, I was rambling on about comedy. And but not rambling. I think I was hitting a couple good points there. I really do hope comedy comes back. Film it is coming back. I very much so, and things are looking cool. And I think if pushed in the right path, if people go support these movies, go see The Machine. That's really what I guess I'm trying to say. That's the overall point. There is just go see as many good comedies as possible. If it's a good comedy, go see it 3 times. Go bring your friend. Go bring your other friend. Go bring your other friends. Then go bring your family at the fourth or fifth time, where you're kind of numb to it. And they'll be like, "Holy shit, hilarious!" And you're like, "I told you, I didn't want to scare you because usually you don't bring families to comedies like that." But let me take the water. The bigger the water bottle, the better. All right, let's get off the comedy topic. As much as I can stay on that comedy topic and enjoy it and love it and just ramble on about it all day, I will ramble on about it all day. And I said this might be a little short of a video. It might not, but we'll see. Next up, though, I have also not seen because we started this with a movie that I have not seen out right now. Which was about my father. The next one is The Little Mermaid, which I said I also. I need to go see it. I believe I'm gonna maybe see both today. Maybe one today, maybe one tomorrow. We'll see. But one or the other today. One or the other today, and I believe The Little Mermaid probably will edge that one out. Edge about my father out at least. Um, I've heard a lot of things about it. I've kind of avoided watching most reviews. It looks really good. I like Halle Bailey as a performer a lot. I haven't seen her act a whole bunch, but as a performer, she's great. So if she can translate that to the screen, that's great. I don't know if I've seen the guy that plays Eric in anything. Javier Bardem as King Triton very much interests me. I wonder if he takes it more that Pirates of the Caribbean 5 route, or if he like um, but I don't know. I don't know exactly what to compare it to. I am intrigued by it. I like the CGI thought process there. I have heard people like kind of not be taken out by like the realistic fish and stuff. I guess because I guess the thing I heard was like a not a TikTok, I guess an Instagram reel or YouTube reel or whatever it is, and it was someone was saying like a bird eats a fish at a certain point, but then you're hanging out with Flounder, and you're kind of like he's talking to I think Scuttle, right? Yeah, the bird, and that's gonna be interesting. I hope that's not a spoiler for everybody. I don't know if that's part of the film or not. That's just what I heard on a reel or something. My bad. I should have prefaced that, but I don't but it was just an interesting thought, I guess, because it's one of those things where like I was completely taken out of the CGI aspect of Lion King, where it is an animated film. It's not live action Lion King by any means. They're not actual lions running around. But the Jungle Book was great. I love John Favreau's Jungle Book. I thought that was really cool, kind of not Roald Dahl off. Um, rule. It's another R. I just drawing short R something Coupland. I think the author of the original Jungle Book and a bunch of other stories. And I think that one pays a little more homage to that and homage to the original Disney reimagining of it back in the day. Very, very well. And then I really like Andy Serkis. So that my first favorite. It's different, very different. Disney aspect. Can hear you, but same as yesterday. Your voice is okay for about a sentence or two. Then it gets all bitty. Man. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to finish today. We might not go a full hour, but we'll go for 45, 50 minutes, something like that, hopefully. Maybe a little shorter. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just going to finish off, and I'm going to have to fix this microphone or just find what I look at it. It might not be as good as this one typically is, but as long as it works, right? Right. But Little Mermaid looks interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out. I hope it's good. I really I like Halle Bailey. I love Javier Bardem. Um, anybody else in the cast? I should know people that are the voice actors. I can't think. I haven't really looked at the IMDb. I feel bad. I should. But I'm gonna go check it out nonetheless, and I am gonna look at that IMDb page before I go and after I go. Next up though are the movies that I have. We talked about The Machine. We talked about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We kind of talked about Fast X for a little bit. I did enjoy Fast X. Oh no, we talked about it for a good bit. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to make the same points because that's what I'll have to thought. Um, the other two movies that I guess that I've seen that are out right now are Fool's Paradise, which I saw that in its third or fourth week, and I feel bad about it because I wanted to go support Charlie Day the day it opened, but I was up in Maine filming movies, so I could not do that. But Fool's Paradise, I think, is one of those movies that I think I tweeted about it earlier. It's one of those things where it shows a comedian's range and shows that a comedian can be an artist and do the things that most people never would think they do in their daily lives when that's like literally what they do to get that comedic character. But comedy acting is quite legitimately the hardest acting to do a lot of the time. You have to keep a straight face and absurd things most of the time, obviously. But you have to do that while like truly embodying another human being and staying that straight man or staying whatever it is against just sometimes the most absurd things. Of course, I'm thinking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, just with the Charlie Day example, and the things that they do on that show are fantastic. Obviously, it's great. There's a reason it's the longest running live action sitcom. The fashion it is, it's so good. I love It's Always Sunny. And Fool's Paradise is not for everyone. It's Always Sunny is not for everyone, but it's for just about everybody. get it, or if they learn the kind of premise of it, then they understand it more, and then they appreciate it. Where Fool's Paradise is not something where I think even if you understood the premise, it's not something that it's everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was really funky and interesting and intriguing. I'm really surprised Charlie Day went this route with his first directorial debut. But it was cool. It was cool and good, and I was I'm very surprised. Still, I still don't necessarily have my whole head wrapped around what I saw, and I need to go see it again, or at least rent it somewhere else online. I'm pretty sure that's where it's gonna be soon, if it's not already on like home theater. It's good. I suggest checking it out. It's not necessarily going to be everybody's cup of tea, but not every movie is. But that does not mean you should watch it either, because you gotta go into the open mind. That's right. Good. It's bad. It's weird. It's funky, and then it is what it is, and you think of it the way you think of it. And we all have our own experiences with the movie, and that's why it's subjective, and that's one of the best parts about filmmaking. So cool. And I think Fool's Paradise kind of embodies that, which I like. Charlie Day, cool. I love Charlie Day as an actor. I think I'm gonna like him as a director. So next up, I saw this one. I should have put an out of theater reaction to it. I filmed one for a couple of these that I have. Fool's Paradise or Kandahar, and I should film one for Kandahar because I didn't know if I was supposed to film one or not. Or obviously I filmed what I wanted, but I didn't know if I was allowed to post it early. And I went to go see this movie on Monday when it was released on Thursday last week, and I really liked it. It's I think the director's name is Rick something like a three name, and he did Olympus Has Fallen, Angel Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, all those, and he's done a few other Gerard Butler movies. He did the Geostorm movie, which I hear is better than you expect it to be, and I never watched it because you know what I expected it to be. So I don't know, but I saw this movie and was excited to go see it because I saw Collider had an early screening for it, and I got an email and said yes, I will definitely early, and I did. And then I brought a couple friends, and it was great. I really enjoyed it, and Gerard Butler and Plane at the beginning of the year, I still think possibly one of the best action movies, if not the top 3 or 4 best action so far. And Kandahar's right up there with it. It's Gerard Butler and Naveed Negabon, I believe is his name. The guy that played Farouk in Legion, who's an excellent actor, and he does really well in this movie. He plays a translator, and it reminded me a lot of The Covenant, Guy Ritchie's war film with Jake Gyllenhaal from earlier this year as well. But it definitely takes its own turn, and it was really cool. This is Saudi Arabia's first foray into films that obviously don't come from their own country. This is their first foray into international film, and it was an odd and an intriguing choice for them to go the American military kind of route to make their first foray into international film, and I think it paid off for them because it's a really good movie. It's very practical. Most of it is practical effects. There is some CG, but you don't really notice it. I think it was actually very well done, and I think they probably were able to put good money into that CG because Saudi Arabia helped them with some budget and got them good cuts, which allowed them to get those practical shots that a lot of people don't typically get or are even allowed to get near. And yeah, I think the movie was better off for it. Kandahar is really good, and I don't know where it's sitting in the box office right now. I can check on Twitter momentarily and get back, but I can talk about it. But actually, bro, man. But no, Kandahar, I was really surprised, and I think that's one that we should all kind of watch. I might actually go watch it again. I saw it free, so I have not paid my due diligence to old Gerard Butler and director Rick Romanois. That's it. That's why Romanois. That's a cool last middle and last. Anyway, box office for it at the moment. Ooh. Opening weekend was $2.4 million. In the U.S. and Canada, it's $3 million. Oh, that's not good. But it was released last week, so I guess did it have this past? It only had three. Why did it only have 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th? It said a single day gross on its opening day was $920,000. Single day gross on its second day was $745,000, as well on its third day $745,000, and on its fourth day $590,000. Which brought it to $3 million globally. All right, no, not globally. That's U.S. But that's it. So what happened to the rest of the week? Did this just get released very briefly for like 1 week and taken out of theaters? Because I thought it was still there. Hold up, while I'm here, let's go to just the Regal app real quick. Guardians, Father, you Kandahar. So it's still in theaters. Why do we not get? Yeah, it's still there. Go check that movie out. It's legitimately a really good movie. I was shocked. I think the two movies I've seen Gerard Butler in this year have been great, and him and Russell Crowe have both been kind of making a comeback, and I always like the two of them. Kandahar's good. I don't know why the box office isn't showing for the past week. But well, actually, it's only been out 4 days. That's exactly why it's showing. That just came to realization. It literally is its first weekend. And yeah. Go check it out. $3 million is not enough for it to have already made. But for it to only have made so far, I'm gonna go give it some money. Y'all go give it some money because it's worth it, and it's one of those movies that I think you can bring the whole family to. It is PG-13. It's not R, I don't believe. If it is, don't bring the whole family to, obviously. But it's not like. I mean, it's pretty damn violent, but it's not like Saving Private Ryan or. I mean, there aren't like body parts flying around or anything like that. It's just a general military movie, and I think you can bring about anybody in the family to it. It's a good military movie. I'm not usually so gung ho military man. Top Gun's awesome, but like it's awesome because it's awesome. It's not necessarily the da 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 that makes it cool at all. And there's not much da 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 in this at all. It's if anything, it's actually the exact opposite. And I think that grounds it a lot better. And makes it more of an international film, which makes sense because there's a lot going on. I think the director Rick Romanois said that there was 6 languages in this film, like 8 cultures, and a lot of them are like subcultures of the same region, and it's really interesting to see the different sects and sections of geographic areas, I guess, lack of better terms. I love the way I guess it plays out. It's really interesting, and I was shocked it worked as well as it did. Honestly, I'm glad it did. I'm supportive, like I said. I think y'all should, like I said. And at this point, I'm just being a dead horse. It was a cool movie. That's all I got. It was a cool movie. It had a good cast. I guess I've talked about Gerard Butler and the V Negabomb, but Travis Flimmel. There we go. I wanted to say like Flannery for some reason. That's a whole different human being, and first name is Travis. But Travis Flimmel does a very good job in it as well. And he's a very hit or miss actor for me. No, he's not. He's 90% of the time on. I just don't necessarily like all the projects he picks sometimes, but most of the time I do. And, well, actually the only project I think I don't. I'm just not a fan of Raised by Wolves. Don't kill people. I'm sorry. I love sci-fi. parts of it I liked a lot. I like the concept, but it's the execution, but I didn't succeed. So I don't know. Anyways, I think that is kind of all for me today. This is a general gist of what Movie Tuesdays are going to be. Obviously, I think I got a little bit more in a role after a little bit, but that nice whole beginning. So did have hiccups technologically along the way, but that tends to happen around these parts. It tends to happen around a lot of parts. So it's part of the job, as they say. But yeah, a lot of good movies out right now. Actually, that just looking back at my little board over here, we have a whole list of good movies. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies out right now. One, the Machine Guardians in Kandahar, I can assure you, kind of fit the whole great general aspect of everybody, as well as Fast X. So that's 4 movies that anybody can go see. Little Mermaid's probably in that as well, and so is About My Father. That's actually 6, and then really Fool's Paradise is the only one that's going to be like a little like maybe you like it or maybe you don't, but anybody could watch it. Literally anybody could watch it. That's 7 films out right now. Yeah, anybody can watch it. Super Mario Bros. Down there too. So that's 8. Go to the movie theaters. Go support good movies because there's actually a lot out right now, and there have been consistently the last almost a year and a half. I have not been starving at the movie theaters whatsoever, and I'm really excited. I saw I think John Campia posted a video about Movie Pass coming back. Yeah, Movie Pass is coming back. That's a good idea. Really, you're only paying would be paying 3 or 4 too. $40 is not bad for the amount of movies I could see. It is all 2D movies, so that does kind of make me hesitate and not make me want to go fancy version. And I might not actually, because I might go the third tier where you're paying 30, 20 meters. That because I'm already a member of Cinemark and I'm already a member of People and AMC. So, because all 3 of those are really good in their own rights. I think Movie Pass is kind of combining AMC and Cinemark in the way their apps work, and I think that's really cool. I'm just want to move back. It looks like I really fingers crossed, because the more movies, the merrier. And if you like movie loving goodness, come back to MCubed for more. Check out below if you want to support us in any way. We've got details of our channel. You can go say howdy and follow any of us on any of our socials. There's Wooter affiliate links, Patreon thing down there, yada yada yada. But most importantly, like, subscribe, talk to us in the comments, because I'll always comment back if I can. And just have a great day. And we will see y'all in the next one. I think we are going to have a couple more Shmoop videos out by the end of the week, and we are going to have, obviously, Wednesday. I think, okay, so Wednesday's Cinema Scoop. Thursday, we're back to Theater Thursday, and Fridays are Film News Fridays. Film News Fridays. So Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we're going Film News. Tuesday, Thursdays, we're giving ourselves a little leeway there. Tuesdays, this is kind of just a fun hanging out, us kind of thing, talking about a little bit about what did well in the box office. Yada, yada, yada. And Thursdays, that's when I'm going. This week might not be so crazy, but I'm going to try to do my best. But we're going to do those box office dives for the week on Thursday. Kind of delve what weekend, what it looks like they'll be performing, and kind of give our guesstimation there. Stuff like that. So yeah, as I said a moment ago, he was awesome in Viking. Yes! Travis Flimmel was awesome. I can't speak. Travis Flimmel was awesome in Viking. I have not seen all of Viking, but I really the spin-offs kind of make me not want to go back to it. So I don't know. But alas, as I said earlier, come back to MCubed for more movie loving goodness, and I will see y'all